Fox Sports.
Tonight, it's prime time. A duel in the desert between two pitchers looking to stay hot. Wade Miley's been the Diamondbacks' best starter this season, and he hopes to continue his recent success. Do it, Louisiana lefty. The Brewers counter with Zach Greinke. Dealing. However, the last time he faced the Diamondbacks, things didn't go his way. Arizona dropped a couple of baseballs into the bleachers. It should be a great matchup tonight, so please, please sit back and enjoy. The Brewers, the Diamondbacks, now. Unforgettable weekend. Temperatures in the 80s. Outside enjoying baseball. Outdoor baseball tonight here at Chase Field. This is Game 2 of a 3-game set. The Arizona Diamondbacks hosting their rivals in the Division Series last October. And all the action is on Fox Sports Arizona. Hi there, folks, and welcome back to the ballpark. Alongside Mark Grace, my name is Darren Sutton, and first things first, it's official. Miguel Montero agrees to a 5-year deal with the Arizona Diamondbacks. He will be a Diamondbacks catcher for the long term. Just moments ago, he shared with us the background of the deal.
I was pretty clear with my agents, I told them that I really wanted to sign here. I wanted to stay here, and, I never visualized myself playing for another team, to be honest. I feel like this is where I belong, so I was clear enough to tell them, we got to get something done with the Diamondbacks.
And Darren, I think that when both sides are real happy, when all sides are happy, then it's a really good deal. I think Miguel Montero, the whole time, I think he wanted to be a Diamondback. This is the team that drafted him. This is the team that gave him the opportunity to become a star catcher and make the kind of money he's now going to make. And I think also that Kevin Towers and the Arizona Diamondbacks realize that we need Miguel Montero if we're going to continue to win championships in the Western Division. So I think both sides are happy. And I think, you know what, at the end of the day, I think the fans should be happy as well.
Well, it's a fun matchup tonight. Montero is not catching. Conrad Schmidt is out there. But Conrad Schmidt will be catching Wade Miley. Wade Miley, 4-1 with a sub-2 ERA. As a starter, I mean, he's all-star worthy discussion representing the Diamondbacks.
No question about it. He has been their most consistent and best starter this year. Ian Kennedy has struggled. Daniel Hudson, well, he hasn't pitched very much. He's been hurt. But Wade Miley has been the guy to come out of nowhere. Nobody mentioned him the entire spring about even being on this club. Here he is, right now, the most effective starter on the Diamondbacks.
I heard what you said, by the way. He didn't quit. Miguel didn't quit.
Oh, well, okay.
Just
good.
Looking to, one more day to heal that groin. Just one more day.
This leave.
We'll talk about Justin Upton when we come back. He is still teammates with Miguel Montero, and he's on an uptick. in part by Gila River. Gila River Casinos, proud partner of the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Well, a great crowd making their way to Chase Field. A little Saturday night baseball here in downtown Phoenix as the D-backs take on the Brewers. Game 2 of this 3-game series. You know, it's interesting. The D-backs hope to make it 2 straight titles in the National League West. They'll need another all-star caliber season from the right fielder Justin Upton. And so far, so good, at least the last little while. Ever since May 17th, he has been on an upswing, and that just happens to coincide with the return from the DL of center fielder Chris Young. These two guys are very good friends, and they certainly have played well together through the years. Since May 17th, Jay up 11 of 27, 9 runs scored, a couple of home runs, 7 RBI, and most importantly, perhaps 8 walks. So Justin Upton is starting to get his groove back. I talked to Kurt Gibson the other day about Justin Upton and what he likes so far as he sees the results. He's taken a better path to the ball. He's starting to go to the opposite way, and that is good news for D-back fans. The D-backs have dropped 6 straight series here at Chase Field. They hope to change that tonight. It's Zach Greinke against Wade Miley. Darren Sutton, Mark Grace have the call on Fox Sports Arizona. They're in their Saturday Blacks. We're back in a bit.
Temperatures will dip down into the low 70s, high 60s. Ron Renicky, for 5 years, the bench coach under the watchful eye of Mike Scioscia. Now in the second year as the manager of the Milwaukee Brewers. He's got Corey Hart leading off and playing first base. That's doing some managing. Nori Aoki is in right field. Ryan Braun in left. Lucroy, clutch hitter all year long. Weeks homered last night, former Diamondback. Ransom. Carlos Gonzalez in center field. Edwin Masonette. Lone home run this year, a grand slam that beat the Chicago Cubs. Wade Miley ready to go. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses low and away. 1-0 the count. Miley this year, Arizona Ford dealers tell you, 9 appearances, 6 starts. 5-1 this year with a 2.14 ERA. Not a ton of strikeouts, Gracie, but pitches to contact effectively.
Pitches to contact and pitches quickly. Fielders love playing behind him.
Swing and a miss.
Well, if he could keep that chain, he just stays right on the mound. Let's go. Get in the box. Here we go. Here we go. Get in the box. All right. Now we're ready.
Breaking ball. Good pitch. It's in. 2-2 the count to Corey Hart. Hart knocked one out of here last night for his 10th of the year. Didn't bite on that changeup, so now 3-2 the count. Corey last year 3 home runs against the Diamondbacks of his 4 hits on that one, but he fouls it back. He's a slugging right fielder who's batting leadoff and playing first.
He's playing first base. It just shows you how depleted this Milwaukee lineup is with injuries.
Out to third, Roberts off his glove. He will follow the baseball. Hart will follow the lead and head to the bag. McDonald with the throw. That is a double for Corey Hart. His 14th double of the year. That slugging percentage over .550 now.
Well, with 2 strikes, you don't expect a high chopper to get down the line because the third baseman is going to be playing back. You see just how far off the line Ryan Roberts is playing. And it gets off his glove. And here go the Milwaukee Brewers picking up where they left off. You see just how far Ryan Roberts was playing off the line.
A career .329 hitter as a pro in the Japanese Central League. Won 3 batting titles, Nori Aoki. And one of the reasons that Hart comes in and plays first, and obviously they need a first baseman with Matt Gamble out, is Aoki can hop out in the outfield and do a nice job. An extended strike zone there, 0-2 the count. That looked down and away.
That's kind of strange for Darryl Cousins, too. Darryl Cousins, one of the old American League umpires back when it was just AL and NL umpires. He's not a big strike hunter.
Breaking ball, fly ball. There's your best arm right there in center. And he shows it off. So Aoki flies out to center field.
If you want to move up a runner on a fly ball, you better hit it somewhere besides Gerardo Parra.
Parra is in the middle there with Kubel and Upton right around. Roberts, McDonald, Hill, and Goldschmidt. McDonald a fabulous shortstop, and Conrad Schmidt catches Wade Miley. Caught him a bunch in AA and in AAA. So this is not an unfamiliar battery. And an easy decision for Kirk Gibson to make. Ryan Braun greeted rudely. We have read and heard about a lot of that going on around Major League Baseball this year. He's not greeted rudely at Miller Park. Into the dirt it goes. He can't find it. Now Hart's head to third. No throw.
Well, Conrad Schmidt just getting his feet tangled up. He got in a hurry. It gets away. Now panic sets in. Okay, now I can't find it. Good heads-up base running there by Corey Hart, and he gets to third base. Big mistake there for the Diamondbacks.
It is a wild pitch. It went into the dirt. You could discuss ruling it an error on the catcher as well. Into the dirt it goes.
Now you have to walk him. You basically walk Ryan Braun here. They'll probably try to get him to fish at something out of the strike zone, but you got to make Jonathan Lucroy beat you. And he's been doing a good job of beating opponents this year.
Yeah, he's one of the best in baseball at beating opponents with runners in scoring position.
But he's not the reigning MVP.
No, they're different hitters. Got enough of home plate. Surprising there. 2-1 the count. That location was the location that he hit a ball out to right last night.
Exactly right.
13 home runs, 33 RBIs. 10 of his last 19 with runners in scoring position. Three and 1 the count.
You can see Schmidt a little rusty catching Wade Miley. Went down to block a ball that never bounced.
I would imagine, even though he's an older player now, that nerve's still eating him up.
Oh, of course.
Getting this opportunity. Out front, threw him a changeup. They went after him.
Kubel's got a good arm.
Here he comes. Here comes Hart. They stop the runner. A huge second out against one of the best hitters in baseball.
You can see Braun disgusted with himself. He can't believe he basically got himself out right there. Miley trying to pitch around him. He ended up chasing a pitch on 3-1. Kubel has a good arm. Hart's like, I can't do it. I just can't do it. Big out right there. Now you have to guard against the letdown. We saw it with J.J. Putz a few nights ago when Ivan De Jesus got him after he struck out.
One and 0 the count.
Why am I drawing a ball? Andre Ethier. He struck out Andre Ethier.
I wasn't helping you much.
That's all right. Well, I had to pause for the pitch. You know that. I got to give you that respect here.
Runner at third. Line drive, base hit, left field. With a struggling Ricky Weeks on deck. They go after Lucroy. Lucroy is now 18 of 34 with runners in scoring position this year. Weeks has been hitting around 150 all season long.
Once again, the mental letdown. A hanging changeup just right in the middle of the plate. These are hard not to hit right here, folks. Oh, baby. Right in the middle of the plate. And sure enough, Lucroy makes him pay.
Lucroy with 2 outs and runners in scoring position is now 12 of 19. If you're going to pitch to him, certainly, as we said, you better execute it, and they didn't. That's frustrating for Kirk Gibson and the Diamondbacks. I mean, really frustrating to start this ball game off.
Absolutely has to be.
Weeks did homer last night. He's hoping to turn things around. Got 6 hits in his last 10 games, hitting around 150 in that time. Back! It's stunning to see what has gone on with Ricky Weeks this year. Look, he's always been a high leverage and a high wire act hitter. A lot of strikeouts, a lot of power. But really, for Weeks, unfortunately, all there has been this year is a lot of strikeouts.
And not much production at all, although he hurt the Diamondbacks last night with a long ball.
2-0 the count. So for Weeks, you can imagine how good that felt. Tough night for Ian Kennedy last night.
That it was. Good fastball to the outside corner.
Brewers lead it 1-0. Jonathan Lucroy with his 30th RBI of the year. Three and 1 the count. The thing when you think about Weeks too is speed. Upton style speed. Big strong young man, but that kind of, like Upton's a big guy, that same kind of speed where you would hope he could help himself out with just some ground balls, some bunts, maybe get that average up.
Exactly.
Just hasn't happened for him.
And you can see now Miley, he made a mental mistake when he had a mental letdown on Lucroy. Then there's another mental letdown, walking a guy that comes into the game hitting 157. And I think what happened is as he was pitching to Ricky Weeks, he was kicking himself for not pitching to Ricky Weeks in the first place. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Once you get Ryan Braun out, now you've got that base open possibility again. And I think the mental letdown there, and now all of a sudden the Brewers with an opportunity to make it a big inning right out of the gate.
I mean, the man at second base, Lucroy, we gave you the situational numbers. He also has torched left-handed hitters this whole season. 441 against lefties this year.
Cody Ransom, who loves to hit left-handed fastballs.
So he gets a breaking ball into the dirt. Ransom, 4 home runs this year, all of them as a member of the Arizona Diamondbacks. And well documented, fun to talk about the things that Ransom did this year. Broke into the big leagues in 2001 with the San Francisco Giants during the Bonds home run chase. Pitch is low, 2-0. Came back to the major leagues later on as a Yankee in 08 and 09 as he was a starter for the Yankees moving out of Yankee Stadium. He was a starter moving into new Yankee Stadium. Though a majority of his career, nearly 1,500 games, has been in the minors.
In the minor leagues.
2-1.
You know, and that's the thing about this game of baseball. And as a pitcher, Darren, you used to pitch at the minor league level. You pitch with your arm. You pitch with your body. You drop and drive with your legs. But you also have to pitch with your noggin, don't you?
Well, you bet.
You got to think your way through things as well.
Into the dirt it goes. Miley's wild. 3-1 the count. Lucroy moves up to third on the second wild pitch of the inning.
Right now, just the inability to get over that 2-out base hit from Lucroy. Now he's finding himself in a peck of trouble here. And that's something we haven't seen from Wade Miley. We haven't seen him get rattled out there. He's kind of been a rock of consistency, if you will.
That's the Royals. Last time out, 7 shutout innings. He won 2-0. 99 pitches. Ask the Dodgers. 3-1.
Made a good pitch there down around the knees.
Well, and that's why you want to probably keep it right here 1-0. He's ready to go to work. Zach Greinke. Pop that one up and into the seats it goes. Three and 2, the count on Ransom. Greinke standing over there by Aramis Ramirez. Greinke the starting pitcher. Ramirez out of the game today because of that sore left elbow that was hit by a pitch by the Arizona Diamondbacks last night. They get the elbow pad on and all. Unable to go today. Got him. Fastball down and away. He saved himself more damage, had to do a lot of work to get out of the mess, though, and he's ticked off. last 5 years. That catcher one more day off and healing from a groin injury with Conrad Schmidt in the starting lineup. Let's take a look at the starting lineup tonight, brought to you by Mazda. An off night for Chris Young. It's been a real tough go since Young has come off the DL, so he'll take tonight off. Aaron Hill has hammered the Brewers lately. It's Justin Upton, Jason Kubel, Paul Goldschmidt, Roberts, Schmidt, McDonald, and Wade Miley. 28-year-old right-hander. Donald Zachary Greinke, 5-1 with a 2.70 ERA, a bunch of strikeouts. He's a strikeout pitcher.
Always has been. He's got a fastball anywhere from about 91 to 94 miles an hour. And he's also got one of the better sliders in all of baseball. An occasional changeup for a left-hander, but when this guy's on, he's got no-hitter stuff, Darren. You know that.
We certainly have seen it. That's slapped into left
Not tonight,
field.
though.
That's the end of the the no-hit bid. As that is a base hit, Parra. Kirk Gibson touches that little golden movement there.
Beautiful piece of hitting here by Parra. You try to pull that pitch right there, you are done. Great job there by Parra, getting something started.
Zach Greinke has some funny numbers against the Diamondbacks. You could look and say, well, Arizona's handled him. I mean, he's got a 6 ERA against the Diamondbacks. I'm sure they beat him up a lot. That's not the case. There it is, that first start, and that story is worth telling at some point as that one misses low.
Well, that was a long time ago.
In which he went as a 21-year-old, 4 1/3, homered in the ball game as a hitter, gave up 11 runs in the outing, and received a no decision.
They came back and tied it up late. I remember I was actually doing that game, Darren, on the radio.
That was your second year as a broadcaster.
Yeah, on the radio, I did that. Greg Schulte and I, that was even before the Candyman was around.
1-1 the count to Aaron Hill. Just a quick finish up what happened. The bullpen. You folks remember Russ Ortiz, the right-hander? Well, Russ had an 11-3 lead when he hit the showers.
Yes.
The bullpen, Edgar Gonzalez,
coughed it right
Matt
up,
Hergis, and Lance Cormier gave up 8. Troy Gloss won it with a homer in the 10th.
How about that's when you know, as a young big leaguer, you know what? This might be my gig. If you can spit an 11-run hook, I mean, you are landed on the boat. You're caught, and you end up spitting that hook. It's pretty impressive by Greinke, and he's been great ever since.
Runner on the move, slapped base hit right field, a thing of beauty. Heading to third, drawing the throw, a high throw. The Diamondbacks in motion against Greinke.
I love that by Kirk Gibson. There's not a more beautiful play in baseball than when a well-executed hit and run. Parra goes, slap it through the right side. Parra keeps going. Aoki the throw, but it's way too late. Just beautiful offensive baseball. I like the fact that Kirk Gibson's pressing the accelerator, putting some trust in Parra and Hill to execute that against a very good pitcher like Greinke. Mission accomplished. Beautifully done.
First and third for Justin Upton. Middle of an 8-game hitting streak. Don't forget, like Troy Gloss did a few years back with his homer to win it, every time a Diamondback player hits a homer, Fulton Holmes donates $150 to the Central Arizona Mountain Rescue Association. It's a nice hitting streak, too, for Upton, the 8-gamer. It's 11 hits, but it's 8 walks. It's a .530 on base in his last 8 games.
Just missed the inside corner.
Classic mechanics, stays tall, Greinke does. Still just 28 years old. Like Miguel Montero was heading into free agency. No longer for Montero, Greinke will. Stumbled there.
Fell down. Nothing doing on the slider.
And that was a breaking ball that he missed away with.
Zach Greinke, also a tremendous athlete, Darren. I mean, he can hit. He'll beat you in everything. You want to take him golfing, he'll hammer you. If you play pool with him, he'll hammer you. Ping pong, darts, basketball, it doesn't matter. He's better than you and me and everybody at just about everything.
And he wants to compete with you.
Exactly.
The stories are legendary, as he has a couple of runners on that he's trying to deal with at third and then first of his youth tennis exploits, just dominating kids.
Big at bat here, 2-2 pitch for Upton.
To the right side, base hit, Justin Upton. The Diamondbacks tie it up. He picked on a breaking ball and did not try to pull it. We're tied at 1. Justin now 7 for his last 11 with runners in scoring position.
We're just seeing so much more now. Justin Upton taking what the opponent gives you. Watch him wait on the breaking ball, drive it the other way. He's not trying to hit that ball out of the ballpark. That's a good two-strike approach. Swat it over there to the right side, drive in the run. Yeah, it's fun to drive him in 3 at a time. But boy, that was pretty right there by Justin Upton. That's a very impressive hitting streak, like you're saying, Darren.
Yeah, it's a big one. And, you know, he started the season really struggling. There you go. 2 for 26 with ducks on the pond. Now he's hot. Those are Lucroy-like numbers. Here's Kubel. That pitch is low to Jason Kubel. When you come over from the American League and you see a National League team, you might think, well, Kubel's got to get to know these Brewers. But you see, as a Twin, they played him every year, the Milwaukee Brewers, so he knows them real well.
He knew him well last night.
It's a bouncing ball and a foul ball. Well, he's a .343 career hitter against the Brewers. Well, that is a tough pitch to handle, a cutter, but it's called inside.
And Greinke's not happy right now with Darryl Cousins. Like I said, Darryl Cousins is a guy that doesn't really go hunting for strikes. He's considered, he's been around a long time. He's considered one of the tighter zoned umpires in all of baseball, Darren. And you know, but one thing I will say about Darryl, he is consistent.
That's all you ask.
Every pitcher knows, and every hitter knows, that he's got a tighter zone than most of his comrades.
That cutter you saw, a new wrinkle for Greinke this year. It's a harder slider, closer to the velocity of his fastball. That's a breaking ball. That's belted into right field, and it's down. They're going to send the runner to the plate. Upton goes to third. The Diamondbacks lead it 2-1.
Boy, after being stymied by Yovani Gallardo last night, their nemesis, their kryptonite, if you will, Diamonds come out, 4 straight singles. This time Jason Kubel does his version of damage, drives in his 22nd run of the year, Upton all the way to third. Boy, what a pleasure this is to watch offensively.
And now it's Paul Goldschmidt's turn with runners on first and third and nobody out. 96, fouled off, 0-1.
Angry fastball, wouldn't you say?
Well, you bet. The 2 runs he's given up, this is why he's ticked off. He had given up 1 in his previous 3 starts combined. He's given up 2 here in the first inning.
No wonder he's ticked off. I don't blame you, Zach. He's starting to swing the bat a lot better. Aaron Hill, he had a big game a couple nights ago before getting a pinch hit appearance last night and getting a base hit. Good fastball to the inside corner. That one froze Paul Goldschmidt.
Anytime the Diamondbacks score 6 runs or more, Taco Bell gives away 3 free tacos with a large drink purchase, and that's a real good thing. Taco Bell, the 6-run giveaway. Chased a breaking ball into the dirt.
Yeah, Paul Goldschmidt's not going to be real pleased with that at bat. He chased a fastball out of the zone to foul it off, took a fastball for a strike, and then chased a breaking ball way out of the zone. So an unproductive out there. And still, all it takes here, you can hit a medium deep fly ball and make it a 3-run inning. Or you maybe hit one in the gap and make it a 4-run inning.
Ryan Roberts has certainly had a ton of opportunities, more at bats with runners in scoring position than any Diamondback. He is 10 of 43, those 43 at bats. That's a .233 clip. Breaking ball, strike 1. So we certainly would like to improve upon that. And there you go. I mean, getting him early just doesn't happen. The first time through, he is stellar. Opponents hit .216 against him.
Got to try to find some contact here if you're Ryan Roberts.
Yeah, May's been good to him. May's been his month, and he's starting to do more of what we were used to seeing last year. You talk about a guy, as you see those ducks on the pond for him, that wears his emotions on his tattoo sleeves.
I like that.
The 1-1, 1 and 2. You never have to guess how Ryan is feeling inside.
No, that is. He pretty much lets you know.
You could truly read him like a book, literally and figuratively. He'd love to drive in another run here. As you said, just knock it to the outfield if you can somewhere, even a fly ball.
By hook or by crook.
Not that time, though.
And he's got that good slider now. He's made Goldschmidt and now Roberts look like amateurs.
Number 33.
This is big. This is a big breaker. Ooh.
Conrad Schmidt coming to the plate with a little Johnny Cash music. I like that. When the man in black sings, you remove your hat. That's big league, Conrad Schmidt. I love Johnny Cash music.
He's pretty old school too, Conrad Schmidt.
Folsom Prison. I like that.
He falls into, for me, your label of earth mover for sure.
Oh man, no question. He's definitely got a lantern on his forehead.
Breaking ball, a called strike. These are the kind of guys you can't help but pull for. If all goes as we think it will go, then he will play tonight and go back to the minor leagues tomorrow. Because Daniel Hudson will come off the disabled list tomorrow. Schmidt will go back to the minor leagues. You pull for guys like this to, in their one night, to have a good night.
Well, look at some of the pitches Greinke's throwing now. Are you kidding me?
The last time Conrad Schmidt played in the major leagues was 2010. He had 2 major league starts. This is his 3rd major league start. Period. End of story. Spent a lifetime in the minor leagues. He caught at Dodger Stadium October the 3rd, 2010. The last time he's seen a major league field as a starter. And that's a tough assignment to be out there tonight against Zach Greinke, who leaves that runner at 3rd, strikes out the side. You know what? It could have been worse for Miley and for Greinke in the 1st inning, but instead, it's a 2-1 score.
Four straight singles have the Arizona Diamondbacks on top of the Brewers in the top of the 2nd inning. The battery of Wade Miley, Conrad Schmidt, no strangers. They were back in AAA. In fact, it was back on August 13th when Reno was in New Orleans, and Wade had an outstanding out in his first complete game as a professional. Gave up 1 run, but he had 9 strikeouts, retired 22 straight batters. 3 days later, he got the call to the show.
Yeah, good stuff. And it was a huge, huge family night, a moving night for Miley's family and in his home state to come back. And they were lined up, those that were near and dear relatives and those that were distant relatives. And to do that when you're back in your home state as a pro for the first time, I don't know. I mean, it's tough for players, period, to play in front of their family for the first time. But to do it with all of them there and throw your first ever shutout as a pro, whew.
Miley seems to be a guy that can do that, though.
Fastball misses outside. 3-1 to the speedy Carlos Gomez. Missed some time, about 2 weeks. Hamstring injury. So, Kia Motors, we love their partnership, and they present our key to the game. Paper plates.
I like this one. This was yours. This was yours today. I got to give you full credit. This is good.
Well, it was a combo. We put our heads together, and you came up with the actual wording of it because I couldn't quite say what I wanted to say. But it's a pretty simple key, and we'll get right to it, as that is a pitch that misses outside. You know, you and your significant other, your wife, your girlfriend, you make a decision. All right, well, we have guests coming over. As that's a strike, and say, you know what? It's a big day. Probably should get out the good china.
Oh, yeah. Anytime you have guests on, you put a tie on, and you bring out the fine china. Exactly. Maybe some antique china. And
you say that to your wife, and she says, as this one is dealt. Broken bat, popped up, Parra coming. They'll play it on the hop. Your wife says back to you very clearly as you suggest the good china. Paper plates for the Brewers.
We don't think too highly of them. We do not
want to be good hosts to the Brewers.
Okay. To Matt Lucroy.
The Milwaukee Brewers have come to the Diamondbacks' home, and they have won 11 of their last 14 games.
Oh, my goodness.
In the Diamondbacks' home.
They are very rude guests.
So they get paper plates.
They don't wipe their feet or anything before they come in. Make fun of the wallpaper. Maybe even you vacuum the carpet nicely for them. They just walk on the carpet with their shoes on.
No, they don't even ask.
Yeah. You're pretty white carpet. You don't like that.
Zach Greinke. Dugout hollering over there. Brewers dugout thinking that was close to a balk. Nothing doing there.
No, they're not happy. They had to eat off paper plates. Peanut butter sandwiches on paper plates.
They'll be just fine.
Yeah, Wonder Bread.
Roberts way in at third, sniffing out the bunt. He's not showing the bunt at all. He's not bunting. Not that time anyway. 1-0. Paper plates and red Solo cups.
Yeah.
And since we know they're the Brewers from Wisconsin, no Miller products. We keep them for ourselves. Pops that one up. Thank you very much, Mr. Greinke. After the Texas League single into center field, Greinke pops that one up.
First baseman Corey Hart.
So Corey Hart now, as a first baseman, has played 34 innings in his major league career. He's played thousands of innings in the outfield.
Amazing.
And not too cool for School Gracie to share before the game, and you'll appreciate this as a Gold Glove first baseman, that there are moments, and he used the word scared, where I'm still scared out there playing first base. Big, tall, strapping guy, good athlete.
Very good athlete. Well, you're a lot closer to home plate at first base than you are in right field. That ball gets on you a little quicker when you're holding a runner on, as Goldschmidt is right now. And then Boy, guys that used to quote unquote scare me to death. Darryl Strawberry. Remember Cliff Floyd?
Oh, yes. Breaks his bat. Roberts ranges to his left. In time for the out. Oh, Cliff Floyd getting some
please steal second so I can play back. Woo. Hi, Cliff.
Ball yard, a gorgeous, gorgeous night. I mean, when you're talking about 84 degrees on the high side midday today, let's put this in a bottle and remember.
Get any more of these?
I think this will do it. Maybe one more tomorrow. Just put it on your shelf and
enjoy it while it's here.
Into center field, Johnny Mack with the base hit. McDonald got the starting nod tonight. This is a 300 hitter as a part-time player, and McDonald is on with a base hit, and good for him.
Greinke, all the damage, it seems to me, Darren, off the fastball. Once he started breaking out that slider, he struck out the side. Bang, bang, bang. Goldschmidt, Roberts, Schmidt. And it looks like these Diamondbacks, their game plan, plan A right now, is to go out and ambush the first good fastball they see.
Did he pull his bat back? Yeah, it looks like he did. 1-0 the count. Miley. Now, he can hit. Those are all accurate numbers we're rolling at you. As a matter of fact, he's in the middle of a 6-game hitting streak. Oh, yeah, that's right. I said it about a pitcher.
I like it.
But he's asked to bunt this time, and he fouls it off. Darrell Cousins not too fond of that effort.
He took that one, did he?
Well, and an umpire and a little bit of a giving you the business, say, come on now, get it out there somewhere. Let's all work together here. Will an umpire ever let you know a little bit?
Oh, sure. Catcher will let you know if you foul tip one and they get it. 3 straight breaking balls now, even though Wade Miley is showing bunt.
And that last one, a curveball. He doesn't throw many of those at all. Matt Williams with a full set of signs. His counterpart, Eric Young, keeps an eye on McDonald in the first base coach's box. Inside, 3-1 the count.
And a lot of times when you throw, Darren, like I said, you've forgotten more pitching than I'll ever know, but you forget the release point on that fastball when you throw 3 or 4 breaking balls in a row, don't you?
Yes, you do. He's kind of reinventing the wheel in a bunt situation here, too.
I agree with you, and he's in danger of walking the pitcher. There's a fastball right down Broadway.
That was batting practice speed.
88 miles an hour. That was one of the slowest fastballs you'll see from Zach Greinke.
His last pitch, I was just motioning to you before, was 85, and I actually think that was a fastball. Really just babied it in there. Squares the bunt with 2 strikes with the runner on the move already.
That'll go as a sacrifice for Miley.
McDonald had a huge jump on that bunt and run.
Center field.
As you can see, he had that one stolen, no question about it, but it'll still go as a sacrifice. I don't really understand that, to be honest with you, why. I think McDonald just going on his own in case of the strikeout, then he would be on second.
Either way, he's out there for Gerardo Parra. Parra slapped the ball in the left field, a fastball down and away. Curveball there, misses high. There's a strike, 1-1 the count. Parra. He's extending that black a little bit. I'm Greinke. I try to go get it again, although that.
Go out there and see how far Darryl Cousins will let you go, because that's rare for Darryl Cousins to call something off the plate.
Breaking ball, line drive, base hit off the glove of a leaping Masonette. The runner moves up to third. Parra's 2 for 2 against Zach Greinke.
Well, another gorgeous piece of hitting there by Gerardo Parra. That looked like a changeup, Darren. No, it was a slider. Parra let it travel and swatted it the other way, and Masonette, he reached it at the peak. Let's see what it was. Yeah, that was the curveball again, Darren. You've been talking about. He doesn't throw many. He has been breaking those out. Gerardo Parra now 2 for 2 tonight off of Greinke. Aaron Hill with the big opportunity here to extend the lead. I would imagine he's going to get a steady diet of breaking balls, either sliders, curveballs, or both. And there's that third to first move. It's going to be outlawed here shortly. Major League Baseball and the Players Union getting together, trying to make that move illegal. My question is, what took you so long? There's a breaking ball, ball 1. Now, why are you looking at me like that?
Seriously, don't they have bigger fish to fry than that?
Like what?
Like implementing proper replay so fans in the stands with their phones know that an umpire got a call wrong, but an umpire's not allowed to have an umpire help him out up here.
Now you don't want to take the human element out of it.
Behind the plate, I agree. And it's an umpire helping an umpire. That's all I would like. First to third moves.
I mean, they've already added an extra wild card. I mean, baseball's it's at its peak right now.
I agree with that.
Yeah, come on, Darren.
Ask Miguel Montero.
Quit being such a curmudgeon. Oh boy, this is not good, folks.
Snap tag, got him.
Gerardo Parra. Oh boy, that's a big mistake right there. Just a huge inning damager right there. He just takes off, and for some reason, Zach Greinke just stepped off, and that was it.
Yeah, you may end this inning with nothing. Hill 5 of his last 6, too, with runners in scoring position. 5 of his last 6.
I'm all for aggressive base running, but not foolish base running. Where do you see him pick up his foot and go to the, deliver it to the plate before you take off?
Bouncing ball to short. Masonette on across. The Diamondbacks come up empty. That's a frustrating end to that one. Got to get rid of that first to third move. Back at the ball yard, the third inning is brought to you by Miller Lite. Visit local retailers and text road trip to the Miller Taste Team at 620. It's your chance to win one of 3 interdivision rival flyaway trips this summer. Brad's down there. Gracie's up here. My name is Darren. Thanks for spending your evening with us. As that one is fouled off 2-1. The Diamondbacks lead it.
And you kind of feel like it should be about 4 or 5-1, don't you?
Yes, or maybe 4 or 5-3, because the Brewers could have done some more damage, I think, too, in that first inning.
First inning, yeah. But the Diamondbacks.
But yes, on the Diamondbacks for sure.
Had 2 across the board, and first and third, nobody out, and didn't score anymore. And then last inning, first and third, 1 out, and that's a fair ball.
Aoki on the move, opting to play it in the corner. Scoops it up, heading to third. The throw, the slide, in there. And that is his 3rd triple here in the major leagues.
And that's kind of why you're just wishing you'd have done a little more offensively when you had the opportunities against Zach Greinke. Because all it takes is one swing of the bat like this and a little chopper down the line. Paul Goldschmidt playing off the line. And it's by him. And with Aoki's speed, he's on third base by the time Justin can get it in.
At some level, this has to gnaw at Ryan Braun, because he is a guy that enjoys being loved. I mean, he's a guy that's endeared in Wisconsin. Swing.
Yes.
I would imagine, though, he finds a way to use it for his benefit.
Well, probably. And at the end of the day, he was convicted of nothing.
Well, he was tested positive for a banned substance, which was overturned.
That's what I mean. He was convicted of nothing.
Exactly right. 0-2 the count. But since, as some people say, it was based on a technicality or a FedEx office hours, some folks still want to hold it against him. So I guess that's a paying fan's right.
Absolutely it is.
The 0-2 to Braun. Bouncing ball to the right side. That's an RBI.
How about a productive out there? That's how you do it. 0-2. Not one of your better 0-2 pitches from Miley. Yeah, you got him out, and yeah, it's a tie game. Yeah, good to hear the dugout microphones still work.
2-2 is our score. He'll take that one every day of the week.
Doggone right. That's just good 0-2 hitting right there. Here, you're going to give me a fastball in the middle of the plate, 0-2. I'll just chop it out there to Aaron Hill, and I'll tie the ball game up.
Breaking ball. Pretty close, but in. 1-0 the count to Lucroy. Singled homer run back in the first inning. Singled home Corey Hart. Certainly a lot less service time than Miguel Montero, so wasn't able financially due to the same dollar figure that Montero was in a long-term deal, but the Milwaukee Brewers did ink Jonathan Lucroy earlier this year to a long-term contract, locked him up. This is their catcher.
For a while.
Yeah, for quite some time. So you youngsters out there that are on the fence where you want to play, catch.
That's heavy.
That one is to the right side, sliding. It gets by Upton. And that is a double. 10th double of the season for Lucroy.
Yeah, Justin commits here. Lucroy, he doesn't really know where it is. He thinks it's a foul ball. But Justin playing very deep. He commits. That's one he's just not going to catch that one. That was so far away from him. Just go ahead and keep your feet there and hold him to a single. Keep the double play in order. And instead now, with one out, Lucroy's on second.
So Weeks 5 for 33 with runners in scoring position. First pitch, change up, 0-1 the count to Ricky. played in this ballpark as an all-star. Played in this ballpark in the postseason as well. Outfield straight up for Weeks. Infield just about straight too. Well, he seems in between, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Really, really in between. Weeks, that is. Homered 20 times last year.
Well, Miley really asking for it here, pitching this carefully to Ricky Weeks.
Cody Ransom waits. Weeks about 100 points below his career average. That's ball 4. That's low, below the knees. He has walked Ricky Weeks twice, and that has been the only saving grace for Weeks this year. Weeks has 28 walks this season.
Baseman Cody Ransom.
And that has been the only thing that has allowed Ron Renicky to keep him out there in the starting lineup. 1 out for Cody Ransom.
Miley really fighting to find the strike zone, fighting to keep these Brewers off base. Been Brewers everywhere.
That one kicks away, nowhere close. Sails to the backstop. I'm not even sure if that one bounced or just directly hit Schmidt.
I think that was just a big league clank right there by Conrad Schmidt. That was a fastball. It may have cut on him. I mean, this ball doesn't bounce. Yeah, he just flat out missed it. That should go as a pass ball.
It is a passed ball. So now Cody Ransom, infield drawn in for Milwaukee. Ransom a changeup, the old 1-0 changeup. Miley very good at throwing that pitch.
When we talk about how Cody Ransom proved in his time with the Diamondbacks that he loves to hit left-handed fastballs. Diamondbacks infield in, going to try to cut the run off.
Bouncing ball, fair ball, past Roberts. 1 run is in. Weeks will come around. Ransom hustling on around with a double. Milwaukee leads it by a score of 4-2 on top of the Diamondbacks.
Boy, this is a mysterious game, isn't it, Darren? You and I know that Cody Ransom likes to hit left-handed fastballs, right?
Yes.
So with second and third and 1 out, fastball, double down the line. It's
on the inner half, too.
Just a mysterious game to me.
Clayton Kershaw even knows that. Clayton Kershaw threw him an inner half fastball last year and he hit it in the seats.
Cost him a 3-run homer. It's just an incredibly mystifying game to me that if you and I know it, Darren, you know everybody down in that Diamondback dugout knows it. I mean, the trainers know it. The bat boys know it. Four to 2 Brewers.
They tried to attack him in that spot. Maybe they wanted to come further in, or maybe he missed his spot. Maybe they wanted it away. Either way, Carlos Gomez now with an RBI opportunity, and the pitch is low. Two and 0.
Let's see what we got with. Yeah, no, he threw it right where he wanted to. Fastball, middle end. Incredible.
Popped up. Upton coming on in. Justin will make the play on that ball. So 2 away now. 3 runs in on the inning. And here's Edwin Masonette. Cesar Izturis, if you remember, running the bases last night, had to stop. Third base coach Ed Cedar waving him home. Came up injured. And so Edwin Masonette called back. It's his second stint with the Brewers. Had a chance to work behind the microphone on a game a couple of weeks ago in which Edwin Masonette thrilled Miller Park with his second major league home run, and it was a grand slam against the Cubs.
I believe I heard your call on that game.
0-1 the count. And those Cubs that came up on the short end that day at Miller Park, thanks to Masonette's grand slam, they're having a tough go of it lately.
Are they?
Losers of 11
in
consecutive
a row.
games.
Lost again today to the Pittsburgh Pirates 3-2. Old Theo Epstein really got them going over there on the north side of Chicago. It's going to take a lot more than sabermetrics to get that Billy Goat curse off of his ball club.
Bouncing ball, Roberts.
Come on!
Everybody's safe, and that will cost the Diamondbacks a run.
Well, an easy bouncer to third. That'll end the inning, won't it? Nope. It bounces. Goldschmidt can't come up with it. And an extra run, and the inning continues.
So a passed ball in the inning, unfortunately. An error in the inning on Roberts. 5-2, Milwaukee leads it. And here is Zach Greinke. Zach Greinke hits a high pop-up into left field. Kubel and Parra communicate in the very end. Brewers lead at 5-2. Diamondbacks baseball is brought to you in part by Jack in the Box. Right now at Jack in the Box, you can try the new Chipotle Chicken Club Combo. It's only $4.99 plus tax. AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. Mazda, the all-new Mazda CX-5 with 35 highway miles per gallon. Charles Nagy, Conrad Schmidt just trying to get together. And Wade Miley's had a tough night. And you hate to say it because Schmidt hasn't had a start in the major leagues as a very successful minor league catcher, but Schmidt's having a tough night defensively, too. A real tough one. That one is away, 1-0 to Upton.
Zach Greinke goes to work now. You can see, it's been a tough night for him.
Plenty of baseball left to be played. I'm sure the Diamondbacks are getting on themselves and thinking, 5-2, shouldn't that be the score we have on top?
Yeah, the Diamondbacks, to their credit, they got out of the gate nicely. 4 straight base hits, got 2 across, but then, well, the fun's kind of ended offensively since then, especially in big situations for Justin Upton.
Woo. How pretty is that
ball was absolutely ashed. That one left a vapor trail. That's Justin Upton. Hitting a ball hard like that. Man. Bang. That's gorgeous.
Short, powerful swing.
Just letting the game come to him now, isn't he? But that pickoff / caught stealing last inning really led to some momentum for the other dugout, the Milwaukee Brewer dugout.
One and one the count on Jason Kubel. He's throwing more curveballs tonight than he's thrown in a while. He's reached his allotment of curveballs. Great crowd, great house tonight. J.J. Putt's bobblehead night. Hot shot, and the Diamondbacks are hoping to put on a show. They open to have, well, a couple of come from behind opportunities here. Justin might go to third there.
Well, Kubel's starting to swing the bat a lot better as well. They're going to need to. Yeah, Justin stopped at second on that. I thought he might get to third. Not wanting to take any chances, I guess, with nobody out.
CenturyLink high-speed internet. High-speed pitch. Greinke 96, Miley 93. There's no denying that both these guys throw hard. And tonight, both guys are getting hit hard. And have, for Miley's case, some shaky defense behind him as well.
8 base hits now for the Diamondbacks.
These are 2 pitchers that came in combined 10 and 2.
Let's see if Paul Goldschmidt can get him closer. Good fastball in.
Now the timely hitting is starting to arrive for the Diamondbacks.
Man, it's tough sledding right there if you're giving Greinke that much.
Apopka High School in Florida, the Orlando area, is where Greinke is from as he deals a slider 0-2. He was Kansas City's first-round draft pick in 2002. Unless something dramatically changes, he will head into the free agent waters over the wintertime. We'll wait and see what happens with the Philadelphia Phillies left-hander Cole Hamels, as both could be free agents in the wintertime. 0-2 on Paul. Boy, nice job blocking that ball up.
That's just as good as you can do it right there by Luke Roy.
A manager in his own division would be proud of that. That's like Mike Matheny used to do it. 2-2. Arizona 3 for 7 tonight with runners in scoring position. There's one right there.
Got it back nicely to 3-2 after falling into an 0-2 hold as Paul Goldschmidt laid off some tough pitches. Down 3, I don't think you can send the runners here, do you, Darren? 3-2 count. Goldschmidt's he's had a high strikeout total this year. A strikeout pitcher in Greinke. I mean, the stars are aligning as to stay put. How about that?
Took that breaking ball. That's ball 4. They are loaded.
That was a veteran at bat by a very young ball player. Wouldn't you say?
Yes. Especially one who was beaten by Greinke just in the last at bat.
See if Ryan Roberts can just kind of take his foot off the accelerator and let the ball come to him. Struck out his last time with a guy on third and 1 out. Just trying to do a little too much.
One and 0 the count. Now Lucroy wants to talk with Greinke. Upton singled. Right back through the box to start this inning. Kubel, who's out there at second, he singled. Upton did not move up to third. And then Goldschmidt drew a walk for Kirk Gibson's squad to load the bases. Ron Renicky hasn't seen much of this from Zach Greinke. Not in his last 3 starts. He's been dominating. 2-0.
Now you look for one pitch in one spot. It has to be the pitch you're looking for, probably a fastball, middle in. Otherwise, let it pass. Ball
3-0.
Very well done there by Ryan Roberts.
You can see what Greinke's doing. Two-seamer. He's trying to get out of this mess and staying stubborn with a ground ball.
I put the handcuffs on him here. I red light him right here.
Let's watch. Diamondbacks give a ton of 3-0 green lights. All the way.
Taken all the way in. It's a strike. Now the same thing as the 2-0 pitch. The pitch you want in the location you want. Anything else, you let it pass.
Ball 4. He walked in a run. So the Diamondbacks are giving away runs. Now the Brewers are.
Greinke usually a guy that has good control.
And you still have a feeling the final score will in no way resemble 5-3 even, where it stands now. But if you're an Arizona fan, as we mentioned earlier, because he's had such a tough night behind the plate, because he's waited so long to get back to the big leagues, you pull for a big hit here.
Here's a strikeout victim, his first time up on 3 pitches. And once again, just like Paul Goldschmidt and Ryan Roberts in front of him, he's got to have a patient at bat. That doesn't mean if the first pitch is right there to hit, go ahead and take a whack at it. But make sure you get a strike here. Don't chase out of the zone.
0-1 the count. Schmidt was hitting .274 in AAA. He had homered 3 times in the minor leagues. Talking over Greinke. Remember, Hill and Greinke locked horns a lot when both were American leaguers. Breaking ball, slider, 0-2 the count.
Yeah, Conrad really having trouble gauging Zach Greinke. That was a beautiful slider there. Once again, you don't need a home run right here.
Bouncing ball, playing it on the backhand, firing as Ransom. That's all he will get. There's an RBI for Schmidt.
That's a productive out. Nicely done with 2 strikes by Conrad Schmidt. That's what I'm saying. When you put the ball in play, in that situation, good things can happen. That's a good at-bat by Conrad Schmidt. Now, yeah, you got the force play, but now you've got a guy on third and 1 out.
And that is Conrad Schmidt's first Major League RBI.
Congratulations to Conrad Schmidt.
McDonald steps out of the box. He asked for Matt Williams to go through all of his signs again. You know, funny thing, they're going to talk about it in the middle of the infield. I'll share something with you folks. Yesterday, Matt Williams had to get all of his hitters together, along with Kirk Gibson, because Cody Ransom now plays for the Milwaukee Brewers. First team he signs with is the first team coming in after he gets released. They had to have a whole new set of signs.
Got to change your signs.
So you'll see guys asking, can I see the signs again? Can I see them again?
And for all those folks that are being politically correct at home saying, wow, that's not very nice of Cody Ransom to go and tell the Brewers, oh no, that's what you're supposed to do. He is none too pleased that the Diamondbacks let him go. He would love nothing more than to sweep these Diamondbacks as John McDonald taking a mighty rip right there at a slider in the dirt.
He's feeling it, Gracie.
Trying to ambush another fastball, but that one was a slider. Now it's his turn to maybe back off the accelerator a little bit, as Ryan Roberts did.
Ransom looking right at Williams as he gave all of his signs there, along with Goldschmidt.
That's beautiful. That is good stuff. Another slider, another swing and miss.
You know, Matt Williams said, I ought to send a decoy sign out, give a decoy indicator, and let somebody know just with the tug, and go with all the original signs so that Ransom, hey, they're gonna pitch out here, or they're gonna hit and run here. Be careful. Send some decoys over there.
Now let's see if John McDonald can sit on a slider here. Maybe find some damage by putting it in play.
He does put it in play. He drives it deep left field. Johnny Mack goes large. Bolton Holmes homer. $150 to the Central Arizona Mountain Rescue Association. He did sit on the slider, Gracie. Good call.
There's the slider. Oh, he hangs it so badly. And Johnny Mack, who looked really bad on 2 sliders prior, but those weren't hanging sliders. That was, and Johnny Mack hit it just far enough for it to be a 3-run homer. And Wade Miley extends his hitting streak to 7 games. How many pitchers do you know that have that many games of a hitting streak, Darren? I don't know of many that did.
Well, don't know many Diamondbacks outside of Justin Upton that have streaks like that. What a crazy baseball game.
Weird
tonight.
game. Very weird game.
I mean, we had all the folks back in tape editing beautiful teases about pitching and pitching. All-stars and how great it would be.
2 red-hot pitchers coming into this thing.
Nope. If we had known, I mean, we would piece together a clip of all of John McDonald's home runs throughout his career.
Exactly.
You know, maybe Wade Miley's hitting streak. 0-1 the count on Gerardo Parra.
Maybe do a story on Conrad Schmidt's first RBI ever.
Boy, we missed the boat, didn't we?
Well, it's not the first time, is it, Darren?
That is, by the way, 23 career home runs for John McDonald. There's his first RBI, Conrad Schmidt. Now we'll try again tomorrow, folks.
Darren and I's ships have sailed many, many times over. That's why this is the greatest game in the world. Wow.
DJ Rayburn saw it as a strike. Parra, of course, disagrees. Let's see. Close.
Remember last year when we talked to some umpires, maybe it was a couple years, Darren, and we asked them about just that, the check swing. To a man, they all said, we don't really look at the bat and the barrel, we look at intent. I thought that was an interesting answer.
I did too. Oh boy, he checks it
I don't
up
think
again.
he went that time. You might as well ask. They didn't ask.
Wow.
No, definitely didn't go there.
Well, in that conversation, you were part of that interview. It was fun to hear him talk to you about different things. They let you know, Gracie, the umpiring crew, that not only do they look at intent, but they said the check swing with a black bat.
They say that's the most
toughest.
difficult. They say that's the most difficult call when you're a corner umpire, either first or third, is the check swing with a black bat.
Good take. 3-2 the count. Oh my goodness, nearly a fair ball.
Not only did he get him on a check swing, then he called it foul. And that's because it was foul. Parra swats it the other way. This is how close it was, folks.
Happened so fast, tough to follow. We were right on it over the bag. Look like just the other side of it. Trying to clean his head out before he gets back into the box. Oh my.
Boy, Zach Greinke just does not have it. And you don't say that often about him, do you? Like
No.
maybe once a year.
No, I think Zach Greinke is just itching to relive June 10th, 2005, in which he gave up 11 runs to the Diamondbacks. Obviously, he's not.
Ron Renick's on his way, and probably to his shock that he's got to remove Zach Greinke here with one out in the third inning.
big tent. Tremendous savings at Nissan's National Tent Event. Visit ChooseNissan.com or your local dealer today. Back at Chase Field, a wild and woolly affair. 7-5 in the third inning. Two pitchers with 5-1 records started. One of them's gone, and Zach Greinke. Well, you'll get your tacos tomorrow with the purchase of a large drink at a Taco Bell, because with 7 runs, it is taco time. It's also Mike McClendon time. Estrada goes on the DL yesterday. Marcos Estrada. McClendon, recalled from AAA Nashville, had a 4.19. It was his second stint. He struggled first time through. You can see right away, good
big
sink. Aaron, the 9th Diamondback to hit this inning, as they have batted around. Bouncing ball out to third. Nice play on an in-between hop. Real hard slide there. Weeks doesn't give an inch. And Hill reaches on the fielder's choice, first and third.
Yeah, Weeks is like sliding into a fire hydrant out there.
That's funny. I mean, he is not about to bail out.
I had the misfortune, Darren, of having to break up a double play one time on Cal Ripken. It was like hitting a cement slab. Like you're supposed to take him out, you know, and maybe make him think twice before he ever turns it. It made me think twice about ever sliding in to break up a double play on Cal again. Every part of me was in pain after that. It was like shooing a mosquito for him.
Weeks is a house back there. There's no doubt. Built about like Justin Upton. Those two are built the same. Remember, young Justin Upton was a young shortstop out of Great Bridge High School in Virginia. So he was at one point.
Oh boy. Uh-oh.
This
we
could
talked
have been
about
retaliation
this.
from last night.
We talked about this last night. That ball was all over Justin Upton. Cooler heads prevailing. Justin going to head on to first base. I mean, this ball's just all over him. Goodness gracious. Right between his 1 and his 0. And LaCroix saying, well, good job by Darryl Cousins. And we talked about that last night, didn't we, Darren?
Yeah, we really did. I didn't think you'd see it, whether that was with intent or not. I mean, this is a bad pitcher in the major leagues this year who has struggled. And I mean that with all due respect. He's still a major leaguer. But he's had a real tough go of it.
I think he hit his spot.
So there you have it. I'm just surprised to see it in that situation. This is why, though. Don't count that one.
Yeah, don't worry about that one.
But then
it's these.
This one to Hart.
And especially this one. Aramis Ramirez, the number 4 hitter, is not in the lineup tonight because of that huge golf ball on his elbow. And you see the pad there. He's not in the lineup.
So then that was for Upton last night.
And we said last night as well, Milwaukee Brewers are famous for taking care of their own.
Yes. They play an old school style of baseball. You know what? And it's funny, manager to manager, which tells me it's a player thing. They've still done it manager to manager.
Oh, sure.
I'll tell you where I think it comes from in a second. I think it comes from the man who now plays first base for the Detroit Tigers. Since he has come into that clubhouse and established a way of doing things, Prince Fielder, they took on his aggressive persona. That's when I saw things change in Milwaukee. He's not there anymore.
Like, charge the clubhouse of the Los Angeles Dodgers?
Yeah, there you go. There's a cowboy attitude of Fielder, certainly. As that one is popped foul. Because they've had different managers, but their approaches remained the same. And now carrying on that approach, guys like Hart and Weeks and Braun.
Well, there's one way to really get back at the Milwaukee Brewers there, and that's for Jason Kubel to lay a couple more runs across the board here. 2-2.
And now if you're the Diamondbacks, you have a decision to make. Is it over? Did they even the score?
I think it should be. Diamondbacks hit 2 of their guys last night. 3 if you want to add the curveball, but that doesn't count.
Little number out toward short, charging Masonette, firing off balance. He got him. John McDonald looking for a slider. Got it. And Johnny Mack goes large. Back at the ball yard, 7-5 is our score. Time for our Geico quote of the game. It comes from Miguel Montero, long-term contract. I like to play happy. Everybody likes me here. I think everybody knows the way I am. Miguel Montero.
Something I never said. Everybody likes me here. Big inning here for Wade Miley. Boy. Darrell Cousins, I think, is wanting to get this game moving right along because he just called one about ankle high for strike 2 there on Corey Hart.
One and two the count. Kentucky born and raised Corey Hart. High fly, beat him with a fastball. Upton says, I've got it. And he does.
Such a big inning here for Wade Miley. If he can restore order here, this would be huge.
This was the news before the game, the news that most of us believed in yesterday. It was reported widely, but until the Diamondbacks could get all parties together, they made it official today. And for Miguel Montero, security. And for the Diamondbacks, catching for the next 5 years. Miguel, one more day, hopefully in the starting lineup tomorrow with that tweaked groin from the other day. I did ask him before the game if at some point during the 5-year deal he'd get to play.
Well, you hope so. You'd like to get a little bit of bang for your buck, wouldn't you, if you're the Arizona Diamondbacks?
The 2-0. 2-1 the count.
You can only hope we'll someday see Miguel Montero out there donning the catcher's gear again.
It'll be tomorrow. Bouncing ball. That's a fair ball. is on the move again. Upton has a die in front of him. He stops at second.
Paul Goldschmidt going to have to move over on the line on Aoki. That's carbon copies right there. Another two hopper right down the line. Goldschmidt way off the line again. But this time a double instead of a triple. Nice job by Upton getting over there in the corner and getting it back in there.
Paper plates for Ryan Braun as he steps into the batter's
yes,
box.
I like that, Darren. Very good.
The crowd letting him know that they don't appreciate him. Braun having a fabulous year. That is his response to what he has heard from opposing fans everywhere. Nissan text poll: who should have been the National League MVP last season? I can only guess where this is going to go. 36929, A or B.
I said last year Matt Kemp.
We'll show you Matt Kemp will be the answer here in a bit.
Who'd you think?
I thought Matt Kemp, and it has nothing to do. I thought it at the end of last season.
Yeah, that's what we were saying last year.
But I think our votes, to be fair to Ryan, were probably spun off a bit because we saw Matt Kemp 18 times. Folks in the Central,
Matt Kemp just had a better year.
He had an incredible year.
And that's taking nothing away from Ryan Braun. He's one of the best players in the game. He's in the conversation.
He is, isn't he?
Of best players in the game. Because it's these numbers that he's putting out there, right? It's year after year after year.
Yes.
And it has been since the day he came to the big leagues. He was Rookie of the Year. I mean, he has been a force in the middle of the Brewers lineup since the day he put on a major league uniform.
3-1 the count on Braun.
You know, some guys it takes a couple, 3 years for them to, okay, now their careers take off. Ryan Braun was a star from the beginning.
High fly ball left field. Kubel going back toward the triangle. He's got room. Braun out front, just missed it.
He just got under the shade. It wanted to carry out of here, but no, nothing doing. This spacious ballpark, Chase Field's going to hold that one.
Jonathan Lucroy.
Spacious ballpark. I heard you. Here's Jonathan Lucroy. Lucroy singled in a run, and he doubled and scored in the third inning.
Man, you don't miss anything. I was hoping I could sneak that one by you.
Like we're at Petco. Lucroy, we've told you how amazing he has been with runners in scoring position. We'll emphasize it again. Be careful how you pitch to him. He singled in a run with a runner in scoring position in the first inning.
And what happens? Wade Miley just goes right after him with the first pitch fastball.
I mean, it's 529 on the year. And right now there hasn't been, I mean, weeks will get better, you hope, but there hasn't been much protection.
Right after him again with another fastball, 0-2.
You know what might surprise you is who's the third best hitter in the National League with runners in scoring position. Hasn't had the chances, but the third best hitter is Willie Bloomquist with runners in scoring position.
I would not have known that.
Cargo, no surprise. Helton, Andre Ethier, no surprise.
Those are. But Lucroy and, oh, wake up, Willie.
Pitch is high, 1-2 the count. All those hitters are going to, ask these guys to leave their club. What are you doing in our club? We're established sluggers.
Yeah, you guys aren't supposed to be up here with us. And they're saying, oh, yes, we are.
They say it's about making contact.
Exactly.
That's why. Into center field. Parra finds his way back, and he puts it away. Nice job battling out of a hole by Miley.
To Monica, you get that on your way out of Chase Field today. Thanks so much. Congratulations.
All right, then. 7-5 is the score. A wild and woolly Saturday night here at Chase Field. AT&T trivia question. Ryan Braun in the mind a lot tonight. Name the 5 players since 1975 to win the National League Rookie of the Year and the National League Most Valuable Player.
I can tell you one guy that did it in the same year.
Give it a go.
Fred Lynn.
In the American League.
Oh, is it National League? No, my bad.
I gubbed you there. Sorry.
No, that's a necessary correction.
Okay. Here's Paul Goldschmidt. Base hit center field.
You better get this in, or it might be 2 bases.
Here he goes. Save.
Ricky Weeks not happy with Ron Kolpa. And Ron Kolpa, I mean, he had a great look at it. And Ron Rennike's going to come out and have his say as well. I mean, Ron Kolpa was in perfect position. He is looking right at it. Boy, that is so close. It's tough to tell. I think the Diamondbacks may have got a break. Great play by Carlos Gomez. Yeah, I think the Diamondbacks got a break.
Ever so slightly. I mean, took us 3 super slow-mo replays to find the angle. It was very close, Gracie. You're right. Ron Rennike didn't get ejected. Drops down a bunt, hugging the line, and it kicks foul.
Good idea there by Ryan Roberts. Very good idea.
Boy, it's had it all already, and it's only the 4th inning. Soft hitting middle infielders going large. Stars getting hit in the square of the back. Arguments on the field with coaches. Saturday night at Chase.
Saturday night at Chase. You just can't help but want to be here.
And the boys wearing their blacks tonight.
Are they the bad guys tonight? Wearing the black hats?
Not?
Well, I don't mind being the bad guy.
Being nice hasn't gotten them too far so far.
Justin, tired of getting hit.
Ryan Roberts. You know, the funny thing about Roberts, kind of has that look of a bad guy, tough guy. All the tattoos, the beard, hiding on that black jersey. There may be no Diamondback that gets it better in interacting with young people and fans than Ryan Roberts.
Him and Willie Bloomquist are 2 of the best I've seen.
There's just a soft, soft heart under all those tattoos.
Well, look at Lucroy just smother anything that's in the dirt. He's impressive.
A little fired up now, Gracie.
Are you? Well, I can tell.
Saturday night's all right for fighting, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, you've always been a big Elton John fan.
1-2 the count. Roberts takes a shot at Eric Young then.
Yeah, that one just missed Eli down there in the first base coaching box.
Unfazed by it.
Attaboy, Eli. I'd see him maybe try and make a play there.
The 1-2, he got him with a breaking ball, so Roberts
with an unproductive out. Just a big old changeup. That looked like an old-fashioned screwball, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. Johnny Cash.
Oh. Can't get enough of this with Conrad Schmidt.
He walks Conrad up to the plate. So he picked up his first big league RBI back in the 3rd inning. He does have 1 major league hit. That came back in 2010. Oh, he got away with the hanger. Is he going to get an out with a hanger?
Corey Hart really not much of a first baseman. And you can't expect him to know how to handle that play, can he? He's an outfielder. He's like, man, we never have to worry about this kind of stuff out in the outfield. Yeah, hate to see that at the old ballpark. Don't ever do that again, Corey.
Outside, 1-1 the count. The best part about Corey Hart is he'll sit there and tell you the same thing that you just said. He knows he's learning on the fly. He's doing it to try and improve his team.
He's one of the real nice guys in this game, too.
He has been in that dugout the whole game.
And good for him for actually putting on the first base glove when his team needs him to.
A little ground ball out towards short. In time for the out, so the runner stays put. Schmidt has struck out, driven in a run on a fielder's choice, now grounded out to short.
Now it's decision time here for Ron Renicky. John McDonald is singled and homered. And Wade Miley can flat out hit on deck.
Matt Williams not about to give Cody Ransom an inch on any of those signs a minute ago. Come on, tell me what you changed them to. All right, here's John McDonald.
I don't know, what is that, a curveball?
It is. Has a funky delivery to it, though.
He's got some funk to him. Try to get a closer look at that. I guess that's a curveball.
You want to talk about recoil, by the way. Broke his bat, rolled out up the third base line. He doesn't get a grip, but somehow he fires it. Well, he had that in the cup, in the bottom of his hand. Nice play. Signing up at one of the 16 interactive kiosks right here at Chase Field during any home Diamondbacks game during the regular season. It's Kachinko, it's Gila River Casinos.
It's a lot of fun.
And it'll change your life. Ricky Weeks on a Saturday night with a good crowd, beautiful, beautiful weather, and a crazy fun ball game that has the Diamondbacks on top. Teams have combined for 12 runs and 18 hits. An error, a pass ball, a hit batter.
There's been some ugliness in this game, but it's been kind of fun.
It has been
to this
fun.
point. And something tells me that the final score is not going to be 7-5.
You know, we said that at 5-3, didn't we?
Yeah, and nothing's changed. That was driven a long way. Justin's got plenty of room. I'll take that one, Darren.
Took it just fine.
Quickly one away here for Wade Miley in the fifth.
Weeks is not staying back at all. He really is still jumping at the pitcher.
Yeah, which, you know, it's about a 2-month slump now for Ricky Weeks, and talking about a guy that was an all-star last year. He's had a terrific career.
Talked to a major league scout about Weeks, and he said he and Upton are similar athletically, and their slumps come about in similar manners. But the scout said, and that's a pretty curveball, he said, I'm stunned that it's been that extended for weeks. He said they both very strong athletic players, Upton and Weeks, but they both start rolling over balls, jumping at the pitcher. Good changeup, 0-2. Now remember, Cody's chatting up his old AAA teammate as well, Conrad Schmidt. That is strike 3. Boy, that is wicked.
He didn't get a fastball that time up, did he?
No, no. You talked about that fastball in he got in the third. That is a wicked pitch.
And that is a strike. Cody's got a little bit of Henry Blanco in him.
There's no doubt.
Doesn't like those curveballs. He wants to hit fastballs. And he can hit fastballs.
It went into Fridays earlier this year.
Yes, he did. Wade Miley churning and burning now. He's in a good groove.
Well, this is to me the sign of a pitcher who is becoming big league seasoned. Had some kicks of baseballs behind him. He had his own problems he created, some poor pitches. Breaking ball. His team magically supports him. Comes right back on top. Now he's really refocused. He's pitching for the win right now, by the way. This is a big third out, and he's got maybe one more inning in it.
Yeah, if I'm Kirk Gibson, I'm not getting anybody up yet. If he gets through this, I mean, he's into the 90s now with his pitch total, but he's finally starting to settle in nicely. It's just taking him a while.
Line to left, over the head. That's an easy double. The fastest player for the Brewers is in, Carlos Gomez. And just as we say that, Miley gives up a hard hit baseball.
Shortstop, Edwin Masonette.
And Mike McClendon would be on deck. There is nobody getting loose in the bullpen right now for the Milwaukee Brewers. And somebody just now got up.
It.
I'm walking Masonette right now and forcing. I mean, no, they haven't even thrown a pitch out there yet.
Yeah, just tossing, just starting to play catch, not even on the rubber.
So if you walked Masonette right now, it would force Ron Renick to remove McClendon from the game, who's throwing the ball well.
Long run, Justin Upton still charging, and it bounces up against that wall out there and right. Just now the left-hander has reached the top of the mound, warming in the bullpen. Eight hits for Milwaukee, 11 for Arizona. Shuffles over to his left and throws in time for the out. Wade Miley doing a little bit of everything tonight. 7-game hitting streak. We're remembering that 7-game hitting streak. Look at them all. With 3 and then 4. Wade with a 5. 6-game hitting streak. 7-game hitting streak for Wade Miley. APS Energy All-Star.
He's got that Tony Gwynn, Rod Carew base hit to left.
He does.
I'm comparing him to some Hall of Famers.
0-1 the count. Moves in that box, too. That pitch is in. So, if your friends ask you what you learned, you youngsters out there, from Mark Grace, you just tell them. I learned a lot about hitting. And I learned that Wade Miley is a poor man's Tony Gwynn.
That's right. I'm not going to back off that. I'm looking for him to get about 3,400 hits in the big leagues.
The 1-2. Uh-oh. Wade. Deep right field. Get large. Up against the wall. Get on in there, Tony Gwynn. A double for Miley. That. Wade Miley not about to over-celebrate a double. Everyone else in the world does these days.
He's got a two-run lead to worry about. He gets a change-up or a fastball, whatever it is, and he just gets the head out. Bang! And if this is not out in that triangle, that's a home run. But anyway, it's a double. And Wade Miley continuing to pursue Pete Rose and his hit record.
Parra out front, pops it up, shallow center. Miley with a good read, will move on up. Little Texas leaguer. Miley with the double. Parra with his 3rd hit of the night. He's been on 4 times with a walk.
Right off the very end of the bat it goes. Nice read by Miley. Once Masonette cannot get to it, he scampers into third base quickly, and the Diamondbacks looking to add on here. 3 base hits and a walk now for Gerardo Parra at the top of the order. What a table setter he's been.
Aaron Hill singled and scored, grounded to short, reached on a fielder's choice. Gloved. Double play.
Gerardo Parra with another base running blunder. That's 2 now for Gerardo Parra. You know, folks, you can get all the hits in the world and be on base all you want, but if you keep making base running mistakes, you know when you're in high school, freeze on line drives. He's doubled up, and the ball's right in front of him. Oh, what a huge mistake there again by Gerardo Parra on the base paths. Like I said, you can get all the hits and walks that you want, but if you keep making base running blunders, you might as well strike out. Once again, you play this game, you play it with your arm and your legs and your bat and your glove, but you got to play it with your noggin as well, folks. That might be the most important tool that you have, is your noggin.
Boy, if he didn't look like a youngster caught with his hand in the cookie jar, sitting as far as he could from Kirk Gibson and peeking over his shoulder to see if someone's looking to talk to him.
And that's even worse when nobody will talk to you. No, somebody, come on, somebody please come pat me on the butt, or somebody tell me it's okay. That's a lonely feeling when nobody goes near you. And trust me, I've had that feeling many, many times with the mistakes I've made.
Oh, they all have been there. Made mental errors. They've all been there.
Yeah, but these are big innings that get shot down by base running mistakes.
Good 2-1 pitch, and Upton chased it.
And now what Upton's got to do, this is the guy that hit Upton right in his back. And I'm sure Upton wants to bring out some big vengeance in the form of about a 500-foot long ball. But once again, dial it back and go back to being the Justin Upton that you've been in your 8-game hitting streak.
Well, you could hurt him worse with a 5-hopper into center field.
Exactly.
Instead had him reaching and a pitch away. Justin hustles up the line, but in time for the out. Top can. It's a smoother pour. It's not just a good time. It is Miller time. The Brewers of Miller Lite, based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, have sent their baseball team out here. Actually, it's Mark Attanassio's baseball team. And they have played very well, Milwaukee, in this ballpark. And they thought they had something going, and Arizona has rallied to grab the lead 7-5. Nigel Morgan hears it from this crowd. Now, that's a guy that can celebrate a double.
Even when he's hitting 231?
Yes. High pop-up, Goldschmidt heading over, still heading over. It's into the seats. About 45 rows.
I don't think I ever chased a pop-up all the way to the railing, and it was 45 rows up. Save your strength there, Paul Goldschmidt.
So the start that Niger was having last year, as that fastball is in. Without a run batted in this season.
Isn't that amazing? It's hard to do.
High fly ball. That's an easy chance for Parra. Nigel Morgan is erased.
He won't go into beast mode.
Boy, Diamondbacks fans didn't like that beast mode, did they, last year?
Well, it was all of them. We even saw like Craig Counsell going into beast. Oh, yes.
Craig?
Yeah, all of them did.
Here is Corey Hart.
I remember you going into beast mode up here a few times when the Diamondbacks would steal one coming from behind. You'd have your hands all roar.
No. Corey Hart, fly ball center field. That never happened, but you can read the promo if you'd like.
Well, you can go to beast mode all you want, but if you're hitting the road, take the Fox Sports Arizona coverage of the Diamondbacks with you this season. Subscribe to MLB.tv today to see every Diamondbacks out-of-market game live online on your favorite devices in HD quality. Visit dbacks.com to order or get more details. MLB.tv. Baseball everywhere. Whew, tired.
Breaking ball, 0-1 the count. 104 pitches. How nice has it been to watch Miley piece things back together? He deserves a lot of credit.
And I want Paul Goldschmidt to get right on the line now with Aoki up. He needs to get right on the first base line, take away.
Goodness gracious.
Oh, man, I'm telling you, Darren, I didn't just fall off the turnip truck. All right? I used to play that position, and if some guy's going to beat me down the line twice, in a game, I'm going to get on the line. It's the same pitcher. It's the same.
He moved over.
I'm going to get on the line.
He just moved over substantially.
Good.
Yes. Conrad Schmidt. Look at Paul Goldschmidt with the dig.
Play by Goldschmidt.
Wow.
Attaboy. Get on that line and then pick it out of the dirt. Save your catcher in there, Paul Goldschmidt. Look at Conrad Schmidt. And the adjustment by Goldschmidt.
Yeah! Commercial breaks, all kinds of fun going on. 7-5 is the score. Named the 5 players since 75 to win National League Rookie of the Year, National League MVP besides Fred Lynn.
I'm going to guess one of them's got to be Mr. Pujols.
Pujols, Andre Dawson, Jeff Bagwell, Ryan Howard, Ryan Braun.
That's a who's list right there. One of my favorite teammates of all time right at the top, Andre Dawson, the Hawk.
What a presence he has about him.
He still scares me to death. I'm afraid even when he's smiling and we see him down there, he's working now for the Florida Marlins, has for years, I'm still afraid that he's just going to take me by the throat and kill me. And he's one of the nicest, most classy gentlemen you'll ever meet, but how about the presence he has, though?
He is an incredible presence.
It's one to be respected, isn't it?
The wheels are weak, multiple knee surgeries, the shoulders are broad, and the presence is large. Dillard with that slider. It's lifted. Well struck to left. A nice play by Ryan Braun. Paul Goldschmidt. He actually got an old school Goldschmidt call out from you going to break. There, he got one of those because he made a fine defensive play.
That's Conrad Schmidt.
No.
Well, the Goldschmidts have been few and far between as that one's driven to right. Ballpark will hold it. Usually I save that for Goldschmidt homers, but I've only been able to do it twice this year. But I finally got one on the dig out of the dirt.
I kind of asked for it, folks, just to let you know behind the scenes as you see the numbers on Tim Dillard. He's done a great job when he's come on. This is a guy you bring in with that delivery. Look at the inherited runners. He's stranded all 11.
Boy.
Giving up a few of his own, unfortunately.
That's
for him.
all right. You're still saving your mates.
Ryan Roberts, 1-0 the count. 2-0 the count, Roberts. Huge shift. 3 defenders on the left side of the infield. Right there, 2-1. Ron Renicky, he will move his defenders dramatically. Not as much as one of the rivals in the division, the Cubs. Dale Swaim, who coached under Renicky, will do it even more. 3-1.
Maybe those Cubs ought to play it a little more by the book.
Somehow I knew something was coming.
They have the worst record in baseball, right?
Yes, they do.
They've still got billions of fans,
yes,
nationwide, worldwide.
They're just not quite sure what they're cheering for these days. Ground ball, foul ball. Hey, by the way, if you're between the ages of 10 and 14 and you'd like to call the game with us, come to Chase Field tomorrow. 11:30 to 1:30, sections 115 and 116 for the first half hour. If you get there early, 11:30 to 12, I'll come down and hang out, see how you're doing, maybe hop into some of the demos with you. It's Kid Caster.
How about those guys?
Oh, I love that.
And Darren will get a green faux hawk.
Ryan Roberts, it's a foul. Yeah, I probably won't. It's a travel day, so that would clash with the orange suit that I'm wearing on the flight to San Francisco.
Oh. Well, that's big league.
That's a summertime haircut right there. Roberts again. Yeah, again,
that's called the skunk.
I like that one. Tell me that's not a summertime cut, because school's out. Mrs. Magish would never allow you to wear that to class.
I think you're right.
That one is chopped foul. She'd send you right to the office with a head of hair like that.
Back in the day. Back in the day, yeah. That was when the principal's office was. You didn't want any part of that.
Boy. Ryan put it on a nice at bat. Yep, he earns himself a walk. They love him. He is a fan favorite, Roberts. Here's Conrad Schmidt.
I just love that right there. Johnny Cash.
See if he can pick up a base hit, knock it out there somewhere. He's waited about 500 plus days to get back to the major leagues, and then he waited for a couple of games before he even got a chance to start. And in all likelihood is packing his bags and heading back to AAA after this ball game. His spot on the roster for Daniel Hudson, who will start tomorrow.
Oh dear.
0-2 the count. It's not official. We like to use the word reportedly a lot on this telecast.
Because we have to.
Little chopper, and that one is to the backstop. 0-2 the count. By the way, join us. We'll be on the air 12:30 with our pregame show tomorrow. Half-hour pregame show before the game. And Brett Steinke had a chance to have a nice conversation with Daniel Hudson in preview of coming off the disabled list. We've missed him. Slider, got him.
get home safe. With great beer comes great responsibility.
Back at the ball yard, Wade Miley went 6 innings, 5 runs allowed, 3 of them earned. Walked 2, struck out 2. Brad Ziegler takes his spot. Ziegler with a 2.45 ERA. And has done a nice job with inherited runners. First batters he has battled with, half of them have reached, so he'd certainly like to improve that. And now Ryan Braun gets the same tough Chase Field welcome. And the Brewers fans are trying to fight right back for their guy. It's a simple sign, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing untrue about it. He taps it to third. Come on! 1 pitch, 1 out. That didn't take long. And the MVP sign will have to be put away for the time being.
Well, there's a shocker.
That's not a surprise. It's like that quote of the day we got from Miguel Montero not too long ago. Boy, when Wade Miley takes the mound, he competes.
All right, text poll tomorrow. What do you like better, chocolate ice cream or a big old bowl of rotten milk? I mean, here's a guy that
rancid milk.
Here's a guy that's an opposing player that knocked your team out of the playoffs, that certainly had his off-the-field issues over the winter. And you think he's going to win that over Matt Kemp?
And trust me, there's a lot of Dodger haters out there too.
They all voted for Ryan Braun, the true Dodger haters.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, Ryan Braun has a lot of supporters. There's a lot of Midwestern baseball fans out here.
Absolutely.
And we have a little fun with that text poll, but let's not forget Brewers fans, 3 million strong every year in the game's smallest market. Passionate, good fans. So we're having some fun with that, obviously.
They have some great tradition back there. We just left Kansas City, and Darren, we stopped and smelled the roses there, and you just forget what great baseball tradition was in Kansas City. Another small market. Milwaukee reminds me a lot of that.
They're very similar. Very similar. Swings right through it. We got a couple of side wheelers dueling right now. Dillard and Ziegler.
Second baseman Ricky Weeks.
Right now, Brad Ziegler 2/3 of the way from going right through the heart of the Brew Crew order here. Ryan Braun quickly disposed of. And then a 3-pitch strikeout on Lucroy. Well, he's throwing the ball right where he wants to so far.
Brad Ziegler behind a great cause as he works here on this Memorial Day weekend, a group called Pastime for Patriots, supporting the families of servicemen and servicewomen, as that one misses just off the plate.
That's great. Close pitch. Sometimes Fox tracks and the umpires disagree. Oh, my goodness.
What an inning by Ziegler.
That was impressive, Brad Ziegler. I'd like to see him pull for the Cardinals instead of the Patriots, though.
No. Not that.
As we get set for Diamondbacks Live, presented by CenturyLink, our post-game show, and good to see the Diamondbacks offense coming alive in this game. But Chuck, as we talked about in the pregame show, I'm not sure we expected this from the Zach Greinke-Wade Miley matchup.
Yeah, we discussed the fact that these were the two hottest pitchers for their respective clubs, and yet after 3 innings of play, the score was 7-5, and one of them was already out of the game. So we'll explain what went wrong in the postgame.
All right, guys, we'll look forward to chatting with both of you in our postgame show as well.
Good stuff. Looking forward to that conversation and their thoughts after the ball game. You still feel like there's a million miles to go in this one. Even though it's quieted down, there have been 3 consecutive scoreless frames. Neither one of us up here are buying it, that it's totally quieted down. Now, the Arizona bullpen with 6 outs can have a lot to say about that.
Wade Miley pieced it together nicely after the Brewers put up a 4 in the 3rd inning. And Brad Ziegler, I mean, right through the heart of the Brewers order. Bang, bang, bang last inning. Diamondbacks looking to find some insurance here.
Slider 0-2 the count. Miley, innings 1, 2, and 3, gave up 5 runs, had 9 base runners. Innings 4, 5, and 6, didn't give up any runs, had 2 base runners. It was a totally different game.
It was such a strange game for him. But like a salty veteran that he's not, boy, he pieced it together and found a good groove.
Pretty good pitch there.
Yeah. I think McDonald fortunate to still be in the box. See if he can take advantage.
Another good house tonight, by the way. Good fans. Really in support. Well, both these clubs. There's a handful of fans certainly choosing to cheer for Milwaukee, too. That one is no swing. Last night, a good crowd. What was it, 35,000 last night? Folks having fun. Summertime is upon us. Most of the kids, almost all of the kids around the state are out of school. Let's hope this is the time Arizona and this ball club gets on a roll. A little chopper. Right back to the mound, and McDonald is erased. What do you think, Mark Grace? Wouldn't that be nice to reel off 10 out of 12 when the kids get out of school?
Well, it's going to be necessary for the Diamondbacks to get back in this thing and become, well, a subject in the National League West race. They're going to have to get on a roll, and that's what Kirk Gibson was talking about. You need to get on a roll, and a roll for me is not winning 3, 4 in a row, Darren. A roll is like winning 9 out of 10, 13 out of 15.
They did it last year.
Yeah, that's a roll.
They did it last year right about this point. I'm loving all these shots of these youngsters. It's easy to find them now. They're all throughout the ball yard.
Rick Kranitz on his way out to the mound to talk to Dillard. Probably telling him, man, you're doing really good. Keep it up. What could this possibly be about?
Well, may I share something? And I certainly don't want to sound like get off my lawn guy. I'm going to tell you that ahead of time.
It's Josh Bell, right?
It stuns me that these guys can go through the scouting meetings and they discuss hitters, and there's only so many hitters out there. There's, the 8 in the other lineup, then there's the 5 on the bench or so.
Sure.
And the moment that a hitter comes out to pinch hit, the coach races out to talk to the pitcher. Okay, his name's Josh Bell, and they go over the whole scouting report again.
Right, because this all should have been done before it. That's why That's why back in the day, back in my playing days, that I got here at 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so I could go over pitchers I'm possibly going to be facing. And I would imagine Dillard did the same thing. But timeout! Got to go to the mound. Hey, this is Josh Bell.
It happens all the time. Charles Nagy's guilty of it.
I'm sure Dillard's like, I know. We went over this.
The 1-0. That one sails away. 2-0 the count.
But what that can do a lot of times is disrupt a pitcher's good rhythm. And this kid, Dillard, is having, I mean, he's got the Diamondbacks eaten out of his hands since he came in. And then you just risk messing up the momentum. And this pitch doesn't look like a strike either.
Sorry to get on my soapbox there about that, but you asked, so I fought saying anything about it for about 2 years, but then you asked me.
No, what were you on a soapbox about?
2-2 the count. the visits that constantly occur in the major leagues?
Oh, I asked you the question. Absolutely. I want to know why they do
it. Revisit a scouting report that was going over in the pregame meeting, in the pre-series meeting.
For 2 straight days.
2-2 the count.
Oh, my goodness.
Thank goodness Kranitz went out and talked to him.
You know what? A victory
Otherwise,
for the pitching coach.
He wouldn't have known what
victory
to do.
For the pitching coach right there.
Otherwise, he's throwing 3 balls belt high down the middle. Here's Gerardo Parra.
Gerardo Parra's had a very good offensive night until he's gotten on the base paths. Been picked off once and doubled up on a line drive once to snuff out what would be rallies, and still a 2-run ball game.
Two and 0. Timeout. Sorry, you've got me thinking about it. Get out there, hurry, talk to him.
Timeout. Diller's like, what?
The 2-0. Parra, he's on the move. It's a 4-hit night. Hustling on around. Into second he goes. It is a double. Gerardo Parra.
Down the first base line it goes, and Corey Hart, who is not a first baseman, and I don't think Keith Hernandez was going to get that one. A 4-hit night for Parra. He came into this game hitting, well, I guess a surprisingly 244. Just seemed like a little higher than that, but it was just 244. That's certainly up to 267 now as we speak. Now he just needs to stay put, don't get picked off, and see if Aaron Hill can drive him in.
First 4-hit game of the season, matching his career high. He's done it 6 times. That one sails in tight at the belt. Parra with the double. We left the vote up to you folks. The votes are in. Gerardo Parra will be fan vote bobblehead this season. Chase Field, August 11th. The first 20,000 fans get a Gerardo Parra bobblehead, or G as Gracie likes to call him.
That's exactly right.
Courtesy of freecreditscore.com, 602-514-8400, or visit dbacks.com/tickets. Parra bobblehead.
I'm going to put that right next to my other fan vote in. Bobblehead. Augie Ojeda.
Tonight's JJ Puts bobblehead night.
Did you get a couple?
No, I didn't.
I didn't either. Why not?
Well, we give them all to the fans.
I want a couple.
Sure you do.
I'm a fan.
Got to buy a ticket. For paying customers only.
Well, that stinks. I want something for nothing. You know me.
2-1 to count. Aaron Hill. Is that a Texas leaguer and an RBI? Is it a Texas leaguer and an RBI? You betcha. Boy, that's a huge run.
Gerardo Parra will get back to the dugout, shake some hands on a 4-hit night. See, if you just stay out there and don't get picked off, you'll come around and score, Gerardo Parra. Nice job there by Aaron Hill. Just fighting that ball off. And up easily scoring is Gerardo Parra. Now Justin Upton, now an opportunity to maybe extract some revenge.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that is a huge run, as you said, Darren.
Yeah, an extra run there. You're within a bloop and a blast against a team that can do that pretty easily in the Brewers. Big home run hitting club. They get to get a couple of runners on. Justin down the line out front of it.
That ball's starting to really bounce off of Justin Upton's bat again, isn't it? Starting to hit the ball much, much harder. He's a little bit fooled, but he keeps the bat back, and then he's just a little quick with it.
There's also a lightness in his step now. There's a confidence, a bubblegum blowing. The little kid in him, when he's on a roll, watched him since 2007, the little kid in him comes out when he's confident at the plate. Nearly a perfect pitch. It's outside, 2-1. I think sometimes in playing this game, one of the hardest things to do is just to play the game.
No. You know, the pressures now of all the social media and all the expectations, and you know, every magazine and newspaper has your salary in it. Blogs, bloggers. Not all bloggers are nice.
No, not all sports writers are nice.
No. Or broadcasters.
2-2 the count.
Now you're really nice, Darren. You're a lot like Lyle Overbay. You're just a nice boy.
Oh boy. 2-2 the count. Pulls that one on the ground, ranging to his left. Fortunately for all our viewers, that discussion comes to an end. We'll move on. Infinity Game Summary. We're glad to have you with us. If you're just joining us, Greinke knocked out early. Miley outlasted him, and as a matter of fact, Wade Miley, his last 3 innings, he restored order in the ball game. It was Milwaukee's bullpen that restored order on their side. 8-5 is the score. David Hernandez goes to work, the right-hander, and he faces Cody Ransom right out of the gates. David with an ERA of 2.25 on the season. A starter in the Baltimore organization, and then converted to a relief pitcher midway through the 2010 season. And the fastball is up and in. Been a good year for David. Look at the inherited runners. That tells you that he comes in usually to start innings. Not a guy that comes in. He's your 8th inning guy if you're new to the Diamondbacks on this Saturday night.
Had a bad outing in Colorado a couple of weeks ago, Darren, but other than that, boy, his last Baker's dozen or so outings, he has just been untouchable.
Right back to the screen. Yeah, he couldn't have said it better. It's 10 outings, and including the outing in Colorado, including the outing in which he went 2/3, walked 3, gave up 3 runs. 1 of them was earned. His ERA in his last 10 outings is still below 1.
Exactly.
Including that Colorado struggle. Strikes out a bunch. Good for a strikeout an inning, plus a few more.
Probably a curveball coming. Let's see. Oh, forget that. Gas. Now, Cody Ransom's a little bit different from the right side with fastballs, and when they're 97 miles an hour, that helps too. I mean, here it is. Let's play baseball. That is right down the middle and right by Cody Ransom.
There was a little, I think too, Gracie, there was a little bit of I think that you think that I think going on there. I think he thought that he may be looking for that breaking ball.
You just confused me.
I think Ransom was looking for a breaking ball.
I agree with you.
And that's why Hernandez opted for the fastball.
.97 miles an hour right there on Gomez. Gomez was looking for another one in there. Did you notice that one, Darren?
I did. He was
that front foot. That front foot was headed towards the Diamondback dugout. Right down Broadway. 2-1.
Three and 1 the count. Arm angle low, pushed it uphill a little bit. 3-1. He misses there. The struggles for David have come almost exclusively on the road. He has been fabulous here at Chase. And he is throwing hard.
He is letting it rip, but he let it rip for ball 4.
Glad to have all of you joining us tonight wherever you are relaxing. In summer, enjoying relaxing, watching the ball game.
That's really cool.
At the ramtrucks.tv pool. It's a great place to watch a game. Green assigned for the pinch hit work. Taylor Green. And the fastball sails high to Taylor.
Right now to Schmidt, it looks like David Hernandez might be overthrown a little bit. Had some adrenaline. All right, dial it back a little bit here, big fella.
Green, the minor league player of the year last year in the Brewers organization, hit .336 with 22 home runs.
Down in that crouch. That's where you want that fastball, David Hernandez. Green comes uncoiled out of that crouch, doesn't he?
That was Jeff Jenkins for a minute hitting that.
Man. I like that. Letting it fly. I know, Darren, you're a big fan of that.
Taylor takes high. 2-1 the count. Played his baseball in Southern California, Cypress College. Junior college, first team All-American.
They had a good program at Cypress. We used to have to play against them back in the junior college days. Cypress had and still has a very good program.
2-1. Well, he beat him with a fastball. Went down to try to get it. Here comes Kubel. Johnny Mack going back, but it's Kubel who makes the play for the out.
Good call on your part, Darren. He did beat him with a fastball. After walking Gomez and then falling behind Green in that situation, it's time to just challenge in the middle of the plate. He did just that, and as you said, Green was just tardy enough to send a lazy fly ball out to left field for the second out.
George Kataris now called upon to pinch hit. Breaking ball, dandy. Nips the outside corner for strike one. David has been great here at home. We were talking about it now. 11 innings of work, 12 strikeouts in 12 games, and just 5 hits allowed.
Right back with the fastball to jump ahead 0-2.
Don't forget about Fox Sports Game Connect, the online experience for fans. Log on and take part. Interactive forums involving Diamondbacks games, stats and trends, and live Twitter feeds. You can share your thoughts. Fox Sports Game Connect now available on FoxSportsArizona.com. You can find out there that Wade Miley is the leading hitter for the club. That one is lifted down the line. Into the seats it goes.
You want this one up around the letters? He went down around the knees.
What's he throwing here, folks?
Let's see.
He's got the options. He just missed with the fastball. They want to be sure. Nothing wrong with this visit. Breaking ball, got him down and in. It was fabulous. All right, 3 outs to get. Time to add on some runs as well. Rules of the trade. Ram trucks and they bring them right into your living room, or better said, Wade Miley does. Sacrifice bunt. Base hit, 7-game hitting streak. Double into the corner, adding on. There's your best hitter. Just doesn't get to hit very much. Not about, pistols into the dugout and waving and beast moding it. Tools of the trade says when you get to second base and you hit a double, you stand there. And that's exactly what he does. Taylor Green takes over at third. He can also play at first. Cody Ransom moves to short. And Perez is on the bump. Juan Perez. Contract picked up from Nashville last Saturday. He had pitched very well in the minor leagues as he fires a pitch that misses. 1-0. A .84 ERA in the minor leagues. He's been a big leaguer with Pittsburgh and with Philadelphia. Fires that one for a strike. All sorts of knees and elbows coming at you.
It's like a praying mantis out there on the pitcher's mound.
Breaking ball popped up. And into the seats it goes. J.J. Putz has saved 9 of 12 as he warms in the bullpen. And since a couple of days ago, 4 to be exact, when he pitched against the Dodgers and ended up with a loss and a blown save, he has been itching to get back out there.
Well, especially on his bobblehead night. I mean, come on. It's only fitting.
Do you think a player actually thinks like that?
Well, if he believes in fate.
2-2 the count.
I mean, it's like I can't not broadcast a game if there's a Mark Grace broadcaster bobblehead.
When is the next one of those?
There won't be one this year.
Oh, okay.
You can't be on vacation on Darren Sutton bobblehead night.
There won't be one of those. They want people to actually attend the ball games.
Well, I disagree with you. I think someday there will be.
Nope. The 2-2. In on the hands. That one's chopped foul. Young man out of the Dominican Republic rolls those pants up high, showing that navy blue sock. One of the only guys out there to do that. Breaking ball. Yikes.
Some pretty good stuff there. He just featured for Jason Kubel.
You can see where he would be if they opt to grow him in that role. A pretty good left-handed specialist.
Yeah. And this one just locks up. You can see Jason Kubel knew it. Get me out of here. Golly,
pretty good to righties, too.
Stop it.
No balls and 2 strikes to count.
Nothing doing that time.
Arizona trying to find their way at home. Play a lot like they did last year in this ballpark. Locked him up. Boy, that's tough on righties too.
Whew. I want to know why this guy has struggled so much this year. Just in the, well, I can tell you why. In the short time, the 3 or so innings he's pitched, he's walked 5 guys. That's going to lead to runs, especially if he's pitching late in the ball game.
Well, late walks do tend to score.
We've seen that time in and time out this year.
The 1-0. 1-1 the count. One and 2 the count. $15 hits for the Diamondbacks. They trailed 5-2 in this game, heading into the bottom of the 3rd inning, and they played at 5. All right, 3 outs to get. Nasty stuff. He struck out the
Just
side.
Go away.
J.J. Putz comes on his bobblehead night, looking to lock down a save. Roberts Air Conditioning cool play of the game. Mark Grace analyzed it by saying, let's see if he looks slider. John McDonald did look slider, and he whacked it into the second row. A Johnny Mack long ball special. And that is really cool. Chaz Roberts Air Conditioning. Cool play of the game. The Diamondbacks announced J.J. Putz, welcome him into the ball game. A chance to piece things back together. A couple of nights ago, he struggled mightily. And certainly J.J., one of the fan favorites, and one of the men that leads them in that locker room as well. One of the unofficial team captains. And a big part of the success last year. He faces Corey Hart to lead it off. Numbers higher than he likes, but it's only about what you do in your last outing. Let's see what he has for the Brewers. Hart takes a fastball at the knees for strike one.
Perfect fastball right at the knees, as you said.
Hart, Aoki, and Ryan Braun. So it's not going to be a tiptoe through the tulips. Fastball at the knees, strike two.
Corey Hart has had a difficult time with Darryl Cousins' strike zone tonight. He didn't like that call at all.
He's got options, certainly. The split-fingered fastball is one of them. A little bit low. He's got 160 career saves, Putz, and a career earned run average of just over 3. He wheels and deals the 0-2, 1-2 with another fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. He's gripped that split. He throws it. Strike 3. Got him looking.
Now Corey's shouldn't have any gripe on that one. That's a strike.
Hard pitch to throw for a called strike as J.J. works on his bobblehead night.
It looks like it catches the inside corner, pretty much thigh high. I don't think that's anything but a strike. I think he was probably more upset about strike 2 than he was that one. One big out.
Roberts on the grass at third for Aoki. Fastball, that's a strike. Randy Johnson pitched on his bobblehead night and beat the Mets in 2001.
Wow, look at you digging up some nuggets. That's big league, Darren.
The 0-1 to Aoki. Fly ball center field, chasing his paw. Still going, racing back.
cannot believe it. He just knew he beat Gerardo Parra on the fly. But the Gold Glove left fielder, he flashed a little gold out in center. That is a great play. He had to run a long, long ways for this ball.
The boos you hear are for Ryan Braun. Dan Herron pitched on his bobblehead night and beat the Cardinals in 2010. JJ looking for a save tonight, as 20,000 will take home his likeness in bobblehead form. This is why you come to the ball game, matchups like this. One and one. Velocity plenty good. JJ's been clear. His manager's been clear. When he has struggled this year, it's been about command and location. The 1-1. Laid on it. 1-2 the count. Fly ball right field, well struck. Upton going back to the wall. That's the ball game. And the Diamondbacks return to their winning ways. Eight to 5, the final score. They trailed 5-2 after 2.5. Wade Miley was fabulous. JJ locks it down. Arizona looking to go on a roll. You got to start with 1 to get to 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Let's see if they can win a series tomorrow. This was a fun one tonight.